Hello and welcome. Welcome to Dubbing Brush Series Part 3, Using the Machines. Today I'm gonna cover each and every machine I've showed in the previous video and show how I use it. Okay, first of all, this is the twister or dubbing block, or what you might call it. You have this little groove here. You can choose whatever groove you want, depend on how thick the brush is gonna be. I've chosen this one. It's a very narrow little piece of groove, so I put this on this peg. It fits inside here, and I take my dubbing brush wire, 0.1 millimeter, and I just do it very simple. Take out some piece, put it into the peg, the hook, just get my fingers, just wind it so it locks itself, and put this on the side. Just put the wire over my table, and the dubbing I'm gonna use today is this. This is the underfur of the foxtail I've been using, and I've used my little coffee grinder, and I made some dubbing here, short fiber dubbing, combined it with some flash, copper flash and silver flash, and I take out some of it, take it in my hand, and use my pliers. Just have to make a goggles there, and take out some piece, put it in the groove. Don't overdo it, folks. To make a short brush, you have to have short fibers. Just fill up the gap. Let's see if I can get this. It was very slick. Pliers is not very good. Okay, I use my fingers instead. That works out very fine. And use my tweezers, what you might call it in English. I think it's tweezers. Just take out some more. Try again. No, not working. It's best to not have some sticky fingers on this. Okay, now I done that. Just put it in the groove. That should be enough for this type of wire. And I take my ski wax and I just take it on this wire, end of this wire, and I double it over with the other wire, gather it, and start spinning the wheel. And you see the dubbing is attaching to the wire. Just spin and spin and spin to make this all the way. And the way you spin this depends on how thin the dubbing rope is gonna be. You see now, here I got some little too much. Just pick it out to make this work very nice. Spin and spin and spin and spin. And this kind of dubbing brush is just wrapping onto your hook, and use a toothbrush or something that makes this all brush out, like a hair's nymph or something. You see how it looking? Very, very nice. Spin and spin. This stainless steel wire is very tough, so you can spin it. You can spin and spin and spin all day, but eventually I had enough, and I use my pliers, just snip it off, and you see, and snip off the other end. There you have it, folks. Perfectly nice little dubbing brush that goes for small shrimps, small bodies, hares, nymph, whatever. I think this little brush will cover 2 or maybe 3 flies. That's depend on the size of the flies, of course. But this is the dubbing block, or the dubbing spinner, presented by me. And now I'm gonna show you how to use the Norway's dubbing table. Just hang on a little bit. Well, here you can see I have changed the settings. I take this dubbing board from Norway's, and I have a fairly thicker wire on this one, because now I'm gonna spin some EP fiber types, and I place the hook in the vise, and the way I do this is just move the board a little, and I take wire, put it inside the hook eye, just take out some of it like that, and just spin it like that. Put this aside for a bit and take the, sorry about that, that is okay. Now I take it onto the board like this, move the board up a little bit like that. Try not to, and I take some well, I have this Congo baitfish fly tiles dungeon product, just like looks like EP fiber. Snip off a piece and measure out how long I want it. I just have to stand up a little bit because the board is very high. Snip off the right amount, right thickness. Just eyeball it for this video. Otherwise I would have used a ruler. Just place it on the top of my wire and try to position it the way I want it, because this was not just as good as I want it to be, but I see I managed to ruin it a little bit, so I have to cut off some more. The top of this board is a kind of cloth, so it sticks to the fibers. I'm not so very fond of that. I want to possibility to move the fibers a little around, but you can salvage that with putting some slick waxed paper on top, maybe just to distribute it. And you can also take some flash on top. This is maybe a little too big, but I have working fingers, so it sticks to everything. Well, that's the name of the game, folks. This is, well, just for the demonstration. Try to distribute it as good as I can. And I take my trusted ski wax and take the rest of my wire, just soak it with ski wax, put it on the other side and press it down. Heat the ends with my fingers and just spin this little, lift it up and just put it down so you can see, and spin it. And now you can release the pressure a little bit with your hands, and you can take, I have my old toothbrush here that I can get rid of the stragglers and try to make this look very nice, and just spin it. The more you spin, the denser the brush becomes. Oh, well, it break, but there you have it. Very nice brush. You can, if you want, put it inside this eye again and spin some more. I tried to do that because I was not completely satisfied. Maybe I should used more solid wire. See, it breaks. Okay, that's okay. That's the purpose of this video. I made the brush. You can see it. Very nice brush. I think it's the material stays there. You could have used some stronger wire, but because I have not got any tension of it when I kept it in my hands, I'm gonna snip it off. Well, this is how you use the doubling brush table from Norwise. And follow up, I'm gonna show you how I use my machine. Okay folks, now I'm finished to show you the bad boy. This is my design, and I'm gonna show you how to use this. The design is very just like the part that the Oasis makes. So I start with attaching the wire, and just have to remove this table a little bit first, and put it on the floor, and then take this wire. I put it on a big bobbin now, just for the occasion, and spin it like that. And you see now, just snip off the rest like that. And take it over to this hook here that is spring loaded, and just attach it like that. I put this bobbin over the edge there, and I take on my board like that. Just place it under and scoop and push it up so it hits the thread, the wire, and attach it like that. Okay, now I'm gonna start with putting on some materials. And you have to stand up again. Just measure out a little bigger, brush this, and I take another piece of my EP fiber, just measure out, just eyeball it like I did on the previous video. See, I saved the short piece for later. Just snip off another piece. Oh, it sticks like. Well, just snip off to get the correct length. Like that. And I try to distribute this over. See now, just for the video, I've chosen materials that shows good on video, like that. And I want to have some flash. I have a little bag here with some flash, so just take out some of it and just snip off so I get the right length, and put this flash on top of this. Take out some more. You can use whatever flash you have, whatever fits your needs. So just I have this by hand, so I use that. Okay, there you have all of it. Just have to remove all this excess. And now I'm looking for my ski wax again. Just see here, there is a little bit of well, where did I put my scissors? There. You see now some of the flash is a bit too long, so just snip it off. Put it aside. And the ski wax again. You see this thread is always attached to my bobbin, the wire of course, and I soak it and I put it across of the materials. I just point the hook up so I can just make it attach, and just keep my fingers on the end to wind it all together like that. Snip it and snip off the wastes and put it aside. And now I'm gonna use this dog brush, and I just lower my board now like that, and carefully just take it away and put it aside. And I spin the wheel. I can always turn this opposite way to make it all. You see now, this wire is very strong, so I can always spin some. It's stronger than the previous one, but all have to. You have to use the wire that fits your needs. This is a fairly long and big brush with not so very stiff materials, but You see, you have to use the dog brush to brush out the fibers and spin and spin and spin. I'm a bit lazy, guys, so I would like to have some motorized things, and I don't want to use my drill because I think this looks a bit too chunky. And you see now, you see on this here, the tension, it picks up some tensions here, so will prevent the wire from breaking too fast. You see now, brush it out, and here the wire is getting more and more tension on it. You see on this tear, it's going up. But I think this is more than enough. You see now, what I'm gonna do now to get this loose, I just push on this and release the tension and push this just out of the hook and maybe just snip it off. I put too much tension on it, but that's okay. I'll snip it off. You see now? And I spin it and put the loop out. There you have it, folks. Very nice brush. Could have been more in it, but see, this lasts for 5 or 6 flies, I think. Very nice. Well, that's my own design. That's my dubbing brush machine, and I now covered all the machines and tables that I showed you in the previous video, and I will make this opportunity to watch my channel, and I'm gonna have a little video at last in part 4 that I'm gonna use dubbing brushes to make a fly, make a small simple streamer that fishes very well. And well, I welcome you to see my next video that coming very soon. So subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, and you will always get my latest videos and I get a heads up. Thank you all, and thank you for this now. Okay, bye bye.